My name is Joe Mielke with Snap Fabrications out of Sturgis, South Dakota. To my right, we've got a 2021 Softail, and to my left, this is a 1971 FX Super Glide. Now, working with Jimmy and Joe Entman here at J&L Harley Davidson, hatched a plan to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the iconic Super Glide using a 2021 Softail and kind of pay tribute to that 50th anniversary. So J&L Harley Davidson approached me and wanted to know if I'd be interested in doing a special project with them. And Joe and I first spoke in my shop at one point, and he thought it would be a great idea if we could pay tribute to the 71 Super Glide because of the 50th anniversary this year. They were able to purchase this 71 on auction out of Wisconsin, and they got me a 2021 Softail Standard, and I was basically tasked to replicate, recreate, or pay homage to the 71 with the 2021 Softail. So I've known Jimmy and Joe here at J&L for a lot of years. In a past life, I worked in a custom shop in South Dakota where we had some projects we worked on together. And since going out on my own, we've had conversations a couple times about potentially doing some work together. And this opportunity presented itself. And my talents kind of lie in metal shaping, fabrication. And so replicating the fiberglass boat tail on the 71, but out of aluminum on the 2021 kind of fit my talents and my skills. It definitely tested my skills, but overall I'm pretty happy with the results, and that's really kind of the key feature of this motorcycle is the tail section, which has been called the boat tail, and it's definitely a love it or hate it kind of feature to this motorcycle. A lot of them that existed, the boat tails were taken off and discarded and replaced with a stock or a bob type fender. So finding a complete Super Glide like this is pretty rare, and it was just really fun to try to replicate that look and improve on the look with a 2021 Softail. Now that the motorcycle is complete, you know, as a designer, fabricator, artist, there's always things that I'll pick apart because I know everything that went into it. I know every square inch of the bike is. I know where my flaws are. I know where I succeeded. So there's certainly things, if I was going to do it again, I may do things differently. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the results. People might assume that creating the boat tail itself was the hardest part, but really getting the seat area to fit this frame and resemble the original 71 was probably the most difficult part. The piece itself that sits underneath the rider seat position is all one piece of aluminum, and to shape it that way was probably the most difficult part, but for me it's pretty rewarding that it happened in one piece rather than in multiple pieces. But you know, I wouldn't say that any of it was super difficult, just time consuming and a lot of back and forth, trying something and tweaking it to try to get the appearance to feel right, to not look like I took a fiberglass boat tail and slapped it on a new Softail. And getting the geometry and the stance right is what was most time consuming. So to make this 2021 Softail resemble the 71 Super Glide, basically I had to strip the bike completely down to the frame and then start rebuilding it with components to pull off the look. I chose not to use the original Softail fuel tank because it just didn't fit the aesthetic. I took a set of mid-90s Softail tanks and modified them to fit this frame and the M8 engine, and I was able to source a front fender that was a reproduction of the original Super Glide fender, The tail section, of course, is totally fabricated. The only thing I did reuse from an original boat tail was the tail light housing itself. I did have to source a new tail light lens, and it's outfitted with LED lights rather than filament bulbs. And the trim ring and the tail light that I had was made of pot metal and was really corroded and pitted. And just by sheer luck, I found a good chrome trim ring on the floorboards of a '64 Impala wagon in a junkyard in Sturgis, of all places. I used a traditional shovel head style air cleaner and created a new backing plate to mount that to the new air cleaner and throttle body. Fabricated stainless steel head pipes, used a reproduction cigar style muffler to carry the look of the original 71 Super Glide. I used a narrow glide headlight and narrow glide headlight visor in place of the stock Softail headlight to again replicate the look of the 71 narrow glide front end, and retained the new LED headlight and used a lot of chrome genuine Harley accessories for the Softail to mimic some of the chrome and polished parts on the 71 Super Glide. And the icing on the cake is really the paint job from Scott Takis in Iowa that we talked about replicating the original red, white, and blue Super Glide paint, yet kicking it up a notch. And really all I told him is I wanted the paint job to look like it could be a factory Harley CVO paint job. So it's the same paint scheme, same color palette, yet we used a lot of metal flake, and Scott did some really nice work as far as making the paint resemble the original, but pop in the sunlight and just draw people into it. And he did a great job, and I think it looks killer. So again, my name is Joe Mielke with Snap Fabrications out of Sturgis, South Dakota. You can find me on Instagram as Sodak Big Joe or Snap Fabrications, and my website is www.snap-fab.com. Do you want to know my OnlyFans address? So you're the only subscriber I've got. Oh, God damn it! You are the only fan. That's good.
I'm your only fan.